Hello, gorgeous people. Welcome back to the Big Intentions podcast, and I'm your host, Iralyn. And today's episode is perfect for today that I'm recording this, which is the first day of summer, June 21st. So it's already kind of like been the unofficial start to summer, but today is the official start. So today's podcast episode is all about summertime madness, as you can tell by the podcast episode title name. So we're all about getting rid of the summertime sadness vibe, like that's no longer, and we're going into summertime madness. And I haven't seen this like term coined anywhere, but so it's my phrase for the summertime madness. We are getting into mayhem. It's just going to be a mad summer. We're just going to have so much fun this summer. And it's all about the mindset. So I'm so excited to talk to you guys, get chatty in this episode, and really, I just wanted to break up the self-mastery series because it was just getting a little too much for me. Like, some of these things were, things I definitely needed to hear, but also I was just like researching, and I think it was getting too like research heavy, and I just wanted to have a fun chatty episode with you guys and just talk about all things summer, my plans, what I want to do, how I'm structuring my summer, like what does my summer schedule look like, all those kinds of things. And obviously, since it's the first episode of summer, I wanted to start it off, it's the first episode of summer and also just the first day of summer. I just wanted to start it off this podcast like in a fun, happy summertime vibe. So if you're watching this on YouTube, please comment what your summer plans are, what's your intention for the summer, and you can subscribe to my channel so you can stay up to date on all of the latest things. And yeah, you can be notified whenever I post a new video. And then if you're listening to this, please leave a 5-star rating on Spotify or Apple, wherever you listen to podcasts. I really appreciate that. So let's just get right into this episode, because this week, in living out loud, I feel like the past week I've just been really off. Don't know what it is. I think I even said in the last episode, like, you could tell just everything about my vibe was so, like, not me. And it's still carrying into this week. I don't know. I think I have a quarterly crisis, which I've been having them for, like, several years, but I don't know. I guess it's just my quarter time crisis that I have each quarter, where I'm like, literally, what am I doing with my life? Don't know anything. Who am I? You know, that kind of vibe. And anyway, so I think I was going through that with the past 2 weeks, but it's fine. Also, not a lot of people, but, you know, some people have like seasonal depression where they're like sad in the winter. And Kinsey Elizabeth talked about this recently on one of her podcasts, Summertime Sadness, about like reverse seasonal depression and like being sad in the summer. And like, I had a lot going on at the very beginning of summer, and now I like don't have any plans. And so I was like, it was creeping in, like, literally what am I going to do this summer? And summer in Texas is just so hot. It's not a vibe outside. So anyways, lots was like, I feel like happening in that regard, and it was just throwing me off. And I'm still kind of like, what's happening? So brought in reinforcements today. We've got an iced coffee vibe going today. I just went and picked this up from Starbucks because I was like, I need this to record, and I just really need energy. I need to pick me up. So here we are. I like to get an iced coffee from Starbucks, which I've also been loving the macadamia nut cold brew. It's really good. So anyways, gonna be sipping on that during this episode because I really need that coffee energy. I did not drink coffee today or have an Alani. I had some Diet Coke. But like, does that count? Like, maybe. It was really good, actually. So it was, I saw this thing. I'm going to get into this during my intention, but basically I had Diet Coke today with lime wedges squeezed in. I don't know why I've never done this. I've seen people do it. It's like a big thing, but that was my first time doing it, and now I'm obsessed. And I was like, how much can you like actually drink of Diet Coke before it's like not good, you know? Because I could drink on that all day. Anyways, so basically the living out loud section, I just don't really have much to catch you guys up on in other terms of like what I've been up to. But I do have some content recs for you guys because I love podcasts when they talk about like what they're reading, what they're watching, because it's like, oh, I need something fresh, new, whatever. So I can tell you some of the content I've been consuming lately. So the first, this is like not like on a happy note, so like let's just get this one out of the way, but the Jared from Subway documentary on HBO Max, it's like a 3-part series. I think I watched all the parts this past weekend. Like that's all I did was consume content, but that's fine, honestly. Like it was a vibe. And yeah, that one was, I don't know if I like love the documentary just because I felt like they kept showing the same clips and they kept saying the same thing and repeating the same thing and like replaying the same recordings. I don't know. I was like, I feel like you guys could have done more, but it was really sad, obviously, and like crazy. But if you're like into documentaries, I would recommend that. I'm kind of like getting back into my documentary era, you know? Also, like the whole thing with the Titanic submarine. I know you guys probably are all caught up on that. Like I've been trying to watch TikToks and stuff to stay up to date because like that's crazy what's going on there and it's so sad. So like I hope good news comes from that. But anyways, just thought I would mention that because I was thinking about that earlier. Okay, Black Mirror season 6, new to Netflix. So I've watched like 3 episodes so far. They're really pretty good. I haven't watched like a ton of Black Mirror in general, but I just started watching some of like random episodes on this season. That's what I like about this show. You can just pick what fits your mood. So shows like that are always nice because you don't have to commit to like watching in order, just like whatever you're feeling, you can pick. So watch some of that. It was pretty good. I watched the one, like this Joan is Awful, the Streamberry one. We watched the Scotland one, which I kind of liked it because it was like thriller-esque. And then we watched one about like the paparazzi girl, and I just did not like that. It was not good. Like, spoiler alert, like the girl turns into a werewolf, and it was just like, what is this? Everything now where it's like the human turns into some sort of like beast or something, all I can see is like Stranger Things and like Demogorgons, and like that's just the only thing I reference now, and like that's what I see whenever something turns into literally any kind of animal. So I know that's so random, but like anyways, another content rec, honestly I wouldn't even recommend this, but it's so highly rated and reviewed, literally like on Goodreads and TikTok. It's like taking over everything. I think it's gonna be one of the most like highly rated books of 2023, but I actually would not recommend this book. Like I did not like it. I gave it a 3, but it's Emily Henry's Happy Place, and everybody's obsessed, and I'm like, I really don't get the hype. People were like, I literally cried, like sobbing, like referencing like some of the little cheesy things that like the main character couple were saying between each other. And I was like, I did not shed one single tear during the entire book. Like, does that make me cold-hearted? I don't really know, probably. But I just did not get the hype of this book like at all. And I really disliked the main character, and I really disliked the friend group. Like, I don't know, people were like, the characters were just getting on my nerves throughout the book, and like they were just like not communicating with each other at all. And like the main couple, they'd been together for like 8 years. This is kind of like a spoiler alert basically, but in the beginning of the book, this couple's like not together, and then they have this weekend that they have like the annual best friends trip, and they have to fake being together, but like some of the friends knew the whole time, and it was just like this whole thing, and I was like, I just don't get it. And I just really, the main character was just getting on my nerves because she would never say how she felt. She would never stand up for herself. And I know people are like, that means it's a good book. Like if you're that invested in the characters, and I'm like, I don't care. Like, sure, like I did get invested in the characters, but I also just like wasn't enjoying the book. And like I knew they were going to end up together. Like obviously, like if the author did not make them end up together, like that would have been depressing and like a really bad read. But anyways, it was just like not worth it to me. Like I've read People We Meet on Vacation, but that's really the only other Emily Henry book I've read. But like people go to bat for her books, and I'm like, I just don't get it. So if you guys have read that book, please let me know, because explain the hype. Like, please explain the hype to me. Like, I really don't get it. I was like, going back and looking at reviews, I was like, did I miss something? Because like, I don't get it. I need to look on Goodreads and see if people like slandered it or not, because then maybe, then I'll feel better about it, but whatever. So I'm currently reading a book, though, that I would highly, highly, highly recommend. I'm not even I'm a little over halfway, like 60% through this book, but it's Look Closer by David Ellis. I need to see if he has other books. Like, I'm obsessed. This book is so good. It's a thriller. The alternating timelines and storylines that's happening, different characters, like points of view, everything like that, I love in a book, and that's what this author is doing. And then also just, I'm obsessed with this book, like the storyline, like the background of these characters. Like, I just like, what is gonna happen? I really don't know. And I'm like trying to figure it out. That's why I love a thriller. Maybe like the romance vibe is just not it for me, because like, I just want to know like who did what, who's getting away with murder. That's my vibe. And so anyways, it was like, I'm not even done, but I'm so obsessed. Like, I just want to read this book. It is so good. So that is my actual book recommendation. Like, you guys need to read it. Yeah. And then in other terms, I really need to get on the hype of the new Kardashians. I never finished the second season. Like, shame on me. I need to go back and watch that. Watch the new episodes from the third season. Because like, I do love a Kardashian moment, and I'm going to get into this later into the podcast. This is going to be a chatty episode for sure. I can tell. But this is the summer of content for me. Like, I'm creating content and consuming content all summer. I don't care. And because it's so hot, I don't want to do anything else, And anyways, I feel like I probably blend in with my bedding right now. But anyways, if you're watching this on YouTube, like, you get it. If you're just listening, like, just enjoy the rest of my catching up. But in terms of content, yes, those were like what I have watched, but I'm really excited for Thursday night when this episode comes out, or Thursday, whenever. The Bear season 2 is going to be out on Hulu, and I'm really excited for it. I love the first season. If you haven't watched, you need to go watch. Jeremy Allen White, love him. We stan Jeremy Allen White over here on Big Intentions podcast, but oh my gosh, I just love that show. It's so good. Like, me and my boyfriend watched it last summer. Like, we got really into it. Like, he got like food containers like featured in the show. Like, there was this t-shirt that was like $300. Like, he almost got it. Like, it's just the whole thing. We were really into it, and I love when you get that into a show. Like, it's kind of fun. And so gonna be watching that for sure. And then, yeah, like I said, Kardashians, the new Sex and the City reboot, like the season 2 is coming out tomorrow as well. And so, like, all exciting things over here, big content summer. There's some good movies out. I've watched the new Little Mermaid. It was really a vibe. I always forget that, like, I don't know, like, shows or movies like that are like musicals, and I'm like not a musical girly. So that was interesting. And also, I don't know if you ever just like have a weird vibe when you go into the movies, but then I don't know, I was feeling like extremely critical. I was like movie critic out here. Like, who do I think I am? And I did enjoy the visuals a lot in the new like Little Mermaid, but I kind of forgot like Ariel loses her voice. So I was like, yeah, you're just kind of vibing and you're like, Ariel, what? And also Ursula, I need to look up who played Ursula, because honestly, I did not love that casting. Who is it? I don't know. Like, who is she? Oh, Melissa McCarthy. I don't know. Like, what is she in? Because she was not my vibe, honestly. Like, as Ursula, I just didn't love Ursula in it. Like, I love a villain moment, and I just didn't love her in this. But I don't know. I was being really hypercritical. Oh, she plays like Tammy, and like what is she in? I don't know. She's in like a lot of stuff, I guess. But like, I just was not obsessed with her as Ursula. She's in like The Hangover. I don't know. Like, obviously she's like a big actress and everything. Anyways, that wasn't it for me. So that was okay. Also, like, the new Spider-Man, want to watch that. There's a new Disney movie, Elemental. And that's kind of like the vibe of like Inside Out, Soul, that kind of thing, I'm pretty sure. Also, the new Barbie movie, like, I'm really into the content this summer. Like, thank goodness there's finally good stuff coming out. Like, I feel like I've been missing out. You know, it's been so long. Anyways, that was a super chatty living out loud. I just had a lot of content recs that I wanted to get out of the way. And then let's just move into the next intentional living. Last week's intention, honestly, that was like about the identity stuff. I just like totally was such in a funk. Like I did not do anything like related to that kind of like devotional or morning pages. Like I kind of did morning pages, but not really. Not every single day. So anyways, I just like was in a funk. That's something I still want to like carry over to this week, but my intentional living for this week is, do you guys know about Beveraginas? And do you know about Water Talk? Like I'm a couple months late on it. And not because like I am like, I'm on TikTok. Like I just don't know how I did not see this stuff. But basically Beveraginas, oh my gosh, taking over my life. But basically it's like the water packets or like the Mio's like flavored water is basically a Beveragina. So people will take like a water, most people are using like their Stanley, they put water, ice, a flavor packet of some sort, and then they use like sugar-free syrups, or maybe they don't use sugar-free syrups. There's a lot of controversy out there. There's a lot of like debate on Beveraginas. It's really serious. And so basically people will take like the syrups and add them. So like I want to create like a Beveragina station, like hydration station for the summer. And I have bought some of the little water packets, which I want to say I've always been a water packet girly, always. Like I've been on the ones with the energy in them, like caffeine. Like I use those as like pre-workout like all the time. So I've been on that for like years. Okay. Just want to say that. Like my mom, Crystal Light Queen, you know what I mean? And anyways, just throwing that out there, like y'all did not put me on to Beveragina, but like the term Beveragina is just fun to say and be like, I'm drinking my Beveragina. You know what I mean? It's just funny. So I really want to like invest in this and like make it a whole thing for the summer because I just think it's so fun and just makes life more exciting. So anyways, that's my spiel on Beveraginas. That's my intention, is to like get more of the Jordan skinny syrups. I think you can get them at like TJ Maxx. And I have some already for like coffee things, but I just want to get back into that, or not back into it, just get into it for the first time. So that's my update on my intention for the week. And the next segment is words to live by. And this is going to kind of go into our main topic of summertime madness. And I'll kind of explain what summertime madness is, what that means to me, and then, you know, get into the meat and potatoes of the episode. But basically, for words to live by, I wanted to start with this quote, which I found on Pinterest, obviously. And you got it. Okay, it goes. You got to start romanticizing your life. You got to start believing that your morning commute is cute and fun, that every cup of coffee is the best you've ever had, that even the smallest and most mundane things are exciting and new. You have to, because that's when you start truly living. That's when you look forward to every day. Totally agree with this. I think it's like underrated to do this because I'm so big picture. I'm so future oriented. I'm so what's next. And I'm never like fully like present in the moment, I feel like. And it's really hard for me to be. So I think the whole concept of romanticizing your life really allows you to enjoy the current moment that you're in and just to be like okay and content with like the little things in life. And I've done this like in some ways, like some aspects, like I'll do this randomly, but I think really making it a practice and a point to do it like literally every single day, like anything that is a part of your day and part of your routine, like trying to romanticize it and just to make it exciting is ideal. And so like some examples of that, like I can get into. But one, like drinking kombucha out of a wine glass, like you're making dinner, put on some like fun jazz music, pour yourself some kombucha. Such a vibe, so underrated, elevates the cooking experience. Like if you don't like cooking, find something like that that makes it way more enjoyable. like walking on the treadmill, trying to get your steps in, take your iPad, be an iPad kid. That's something that honestly, so another thing underrated for adults to be iPad kids, but iPad kids should not be iPad kids. You know what I mean? And so basically just like going on the treadmill, take your iPad, put on like a fun YouTube video, just whatever you want to like watch, listen to, do that, like doing things that you don't enjoy. For example, like listening to an audiobook or something like on your drive is a good idea. Listening to podcasts on your drive, that's always fun. But yeah, just trying to find different ways that you can romanticize like your actual day-to-day things that you're just like not really like obsessed with doing. Just do those things or implement different ways that make it like more romantic, more ideal, something that you actually look forward to doing. So summertime sadness vibe, like that is out. We are done with summertime sadness. It's no longer a thing. We are trying to implement summertime madness. And so basically, I'm trying to start this revolution, summertime madness, over on the Big Intentions podcast, because I truly believe that it can really just transform your whole vibe for the summer. And so the whole concept of summertime madness is curating a whole season of extravagant behavior. And so this could be like, if you want to go crazy, do that. But if you just want to be extravagant and to like live your best life, it also means that. So the point of the madness is to romanticize your life and live life to the fullest this summer. There's no excuse to not pursue your dreams, not to fully relax, not to fully live this summer. We are being mad about living our highest versions of ourselves, being fully present in our summer, and just being mad, like madly in love, like madly obsessed with everything that you're doing, just being mad, madness. And it's just kind of fun, like being a menace, I just kind of love that whole energy for the summer. And it really is a good time to just like let loose, be yourself, do whatever you want. It's summer. Like, I feel like there's less stakes in place, and like, the stakes are just so much lower during the summer. So basically, summer is a time to be yourself, to let loose, and there's always so much opportunity and like random things that come up, I feel like, during the summer. And so really just leaning into that and just fully embracing the whole summer and anything that might come your way during summer. Really putting yourself out there. And so all of your summer dreams and vibes can be curated wherever you're at. So this doesn't have to be like the European summer like everyone's having on TikTok and Instagram, whatever. It doesn't have to be that. It can literally be you go on the hot girl walk, you make the fun summer like dinner recipe you've been wanting to make, whatever. And like you see your friends and like do a rooftop vibe, something like that. It does not have to be like crazy vacation plans or like redoing your whole wardrobe. Like, it literally does not need to be anything like that. It just needs to be, okay, what are my intentions for the summer? Like, I'm trying to have a mad summer, and just like doing what you can with where you're at and with what you have, and just embracing like the moment and the madness in the moment. So that is the vibe for summertime madness. Like, that's what the whole phrase means. That's what like the backstory on it is. And so that's just, if you want to lean into it, I think it would be fun. Like, that's going to be my vibe for the summer. So that is kind of the backstory on summertime madness. I literally feel like I'm talking so fast. I need to chill out. So yeah, that is kind of basically summertime madness. And now let's just kind of get into how to kind of create your ideal summer, because you have to be intentional about summer or it's just going to pass you by. It's going to fly by like everything else does in life. And so that's the whole point of really talking about this on the podcast, is how do we create a mad summer? Like, how do you get into that mindset? How do you actually set goals for the summer and just kind of like visualize your summer? And then I just want to give you guys some ideas, like personally, of what I'm doing, and like inspire you if you're like, oh, I don't know what to do this summer, blah, blah, blah. This is a vibe. And also just want to preface all of this by saying, like, don't overwhelm yourself, because honestly, when I was creating this podcast episode, And I was like going through like, okay, what's my vibe for the summer? Okay, what do I want to do this summer? It honestly was like stressing me out and making me sad, but like that is not the point of this, because you can't look at things of like what I don't have, like what I can't do. You have to look at things as like, what can I do with what I have, where I'm at, with the people I'm around. You know what I mean? And like, if you do have the opportunity or the ability to do the summer plans, like obviously take advantage of it and do it. But if you don't, like, don't stress that you can't do it. You know, like I was being sad that I don't live at the beach. I'm like, well, yeah, like I don't live at the beach. I'm not going to the beach this summer. Like, it's not on the cards for me. And so basically it was like making me sad. And I was like, well, okay, this is not supposed to be a sad activity. Like, this is supposed to be fun, mad. Like, we're trying to channel that inner madness and like really just funnel that into our summer and just make it like a blast. And so keep all of that in mind when you're going through this, because I don't want you guys to get stressed out about it. Like, totally the opposite is what's supposed to happen. So basically, just wanted to say all that to preface this. But how do we curate a summer vibe? So I think the first thing that you have to do is set intentions for your summer. So this could just be like, okay, what's my vibe for the summer? Just come up with some words that you kind of want to channel that into your summer. So like some of the things that I did, some of the vibes I'm trying to set this summer are playful, relaxing, intentional, and social. So like those are like the overarching themes of the summer. And playful, I just want to like have fun. Like, just do things to have fun. Like, there's no other purpose to do them. Like, it's not about trying to be like, I'm trying to see my friends. No, it's not about trying to be creative. It's just about doing things just to do them, just to have fun. That is the point of doing them. So playful. Relaxing, like, I'll get into like some of the actual activities and categories of things that I actually want to do. But like relaxing, I just want to be like, I know you guys have probably heard this all over, but like the healing girl summer, like this kind of goes into relaxing, like really just fully doing things that are restorative in nature to me, wellness, just being like at peace this summer. Like I just want to be peaceful, relaxed, chill. That's my vibe. Intentional, like I do want to have intention behind the things I'm doing. I don't want the summer to just fly by and be like, literally, what did I do this summer? I don't even feel like I enjoyed the summer. And everybody always waits for summer like all year round. Like that's not my favorite season, but I get like people like live for the summer. And so that's part of just being intentional with your time and like what different things that you're implementing in your day to day during the summer, so you can like look back on your summer and be like, yeah, okay, I vibe with that. And then social, so like I do want to put myself out there a little bit more and like make plans with people, like do some things, you know, with other humans. I think that's good. So yeah, we'll see like what kind of comes to fruition with that. But those are the basic, like those are the overarching themes or vibes for my summer. And so I think it's good to start with that. So then from there, you can create different goals, or if you think goals is like too much to put on the summer, like it doesn't have to be a goal. It can just, you can have some intentions for the summer, and like it can just be a loose goal, you know? You don't have to like overdo it and get too obsessive about it. Like I do that with things sometimes. That's just like my nature. Like I want to put a goal and like a time frame, and like it has to be a SMART goal. Like it doesn't have to be that. It can just be like, oh, it's summer. I want to try to do these things. And so like, here's some ways that you can do those things. You can create a vision board for summer specifically. And so like, I just go on Pinterest. I just created a board. I wasn't going to do like the whole like screensaver thing. It's just kind of a loose term. Okay, my thing's about to stop recording, so let me stop this. Yeah, so you can create a summer vision board, and like I was saying, you can just do this on Pinterest, but you don't have to do the whole screensaver thing. Basically just, I typed in some of these like keywords, like the vibes that I was curating, like playful, relaxing, intentional, aesthetic. And then just it comes up with like pictures that kind of like match that, add it to your board. Or if there's specific activities you want to do, places you're traveling, kind of whatever that looks like. Basically, go through, add them to your board. And it's just kind of nice to see everything, to visualize this is what my summer looks like, outfits you want to wear, that kind of vibe. Just throw it on your Pinterest board. And it's just always fun to be on Pinterest. Like, it's just so chill. There's something about Pinterest that's so relaxing. It's not like a toxic social media. It's just like vibes on there. So anyways, that's one way that you can curate the vibe for your summer. And then another way would just be to make like a summer bucket list, like just write out your goals or your bucket list items, your intentions for the summer. Write them out, get some colorful markers, whatever you got to do, get a poster board. Like, I saw a girl on TikTok, she just kind of wrote hers out, and she created different categories for her bucket list, wrote it out, put it on a picture frame, and like hung it in her closet. Do something fun like that. You can just literally write it out in your notes app, call the note summer, whatever you feel like doing, do that, whatever works best for you. But yeah, so I'm going to go through and tell you guys some of my goals for summer, a summer bucket list, and then I'll go through and tell you like my summer routine that I want to implement. So that could kind of fall under goals. But yeah, basically, I think the good structure for this would be to kind of go through some goals, go through bucket list, and then create a routine that kind of like reflects that. Like, if there's some items on your bucket list that are like time specific, or you want to like book it ahead of time or whatever, you could do that and then put it in your schedule. So like you're actually like making moves, So those are some different ways to kind of actually get started on this, because sometimes you just like create the Pinterest board and then like nothing ever happens. And so if you set up a routine or a schedule or some sort of structure in your life that allows you to actually do the things, like it's more likely that you're going to be intentional with your time this summer. So some goals that I have for summer, which I guess is going to start this week because it's the first day of summer. Literally can't believe it. You wouldn't know it from outside. It's so gray and dreary on this first day of summer. Rude. Like, I don't like that. Like, it got rained on earlier. But it's fine. I kind of do like it because it's cozy. So it's still like so hot in Texas. So outside is just not a vibe. Like, I don't like to be outside in the 100 degrees. Like, I don't know if you do, but like not my vibe. So basically, I kind of just wanted to be like a content girly this summer, consumer and creator of it. And so basically, honestly, if it's raining and gloomy outside, it kind of just makes it cozy for that. So anyways, some of the goals that I have this summer are to read 2 books every week, which that's really a lot, because some of these books I've been reading lately will be like a lot of pages, like 400 to 500 pages is like the range I'm in right now. And that was always like such a flex in elementary school when you're like, yeah, look how big of this book is I'm reading. And it's honestly still a flex, but like, I don't know. Sometimes I'm like, this is so much filler, like just get to the point. So I'm going to have to be strategic with like actually reading and finishing 2 books a month or a week. Like, that's kind of a lot, but I don't know. I just want to see if I can do it, because next year, if I want to up my reading goal to 100 books a year, that's going to basically require like 2 books a week. So anyways, yeah, so that's one of my goals. That's kind of like a big one, but I don't know. I think it's doable. Movie theaters. I don't know if this is really a goal, but like, I want to be at the movies this summer. There's a lot of good movies coming out, so definitely trying to do that. The library. I just love being at the library. It's just like safe, cozy. It's just the best energy. So if you don't have a library card, this is your sign. Go to the library. Like, literally all you usually have to have is your license and like proof of residence. Just go. Okay, trust me. And even if you're not like a physical book kind of girl, you literally can use Libby, and basically you just link your library card to this app called Libby, and then you can download ebooks, and there's like audiobooks on there too. It's game changer. Like, you guys have to do it, even if you're like a Kindle girl, because if you could get the book on the library for free, like, why would you not do that? Anyway, so just had to give that little shameless plug there. But another goal for me, like I said, content girl summer. I'm just going to be consuming content, creating content, all the things, because it's literally so hot outside. Like, it's just really not that enjoyable. Like, I can only do like 20 minutes outside. Like, it's just so hot. And, I just don't really want to be outside. So I'm going to embrace the iPad kid energy. I've been watching all kinds of TikToks on iPads. Like, I'm just like really in my iPad era now. And yeah, like I just want to be watching TV and movies inside and reading. And I know that like sounds bad, but like, I mean, I was probably doing that stuff as a kid too, like who cares? And it's so hot, so I'm not going to feel bad about it. I'm going to still do all my other things, but like, that's just how I'm going to fill my free time. You know what I mean? So I think that would be fun. So those are kind of the different goals that I have for the summer. Nothing too crazy. I'm not putting too many restrictions on myself. Like I said, I want it to be like a relaxing, playful, fun summer. So, we'll just start there with the goals. You can always add a goal, but just don't overwhelm yourself with goals for the summer. Okay, so for my summer bucket list, so the girl that I was talking about on TikTok, I don't know her user, to like give her credit. I can probably just tag it. I'll tag it in the show notes or something. But basically, she kind of just broke out her bucket list into these 4 categories, and I just really liked these categories. So she did outdoor, creative, social, and glow up. And I just really loved the glow up category because it just fit so much stuff. I was like, oh yeah, I wouldn't think about putting that on a bucket list, but like it vibes. So basically with the outdoor section of my bucket list, I had Lake Mineral Wells is a place in Texas that I think it's like a national park. Honestly, didn't even look up where it was at or how far away it was. But I do want to do like something outdoors, but I'm just going to have to pick a good day to go because like you just aren't going to avoid the heat here in Texas. So I do want to do something like that, like a hiking moment or something outdoors. Like I was going to put like Six Flags or something. I don't know, like an amusement park vibe almost would be fun. But like my boyfriend's not into that. Like I don't think he likes amusement parks, so. But that's what like I was trying to think of things that I always did as a kid and like channel that for the bucket list. I think that's like a good place to start is like what did you enjoy doing as a child in the summer and just like do those things as an adult. Like I was listening to the What We Said podcast and they were talking about playing night games like Flashlight and like the games that you would play when you were like at a sleepover in the summer at your friend's house and like outside, and I just feel like that's so fun and like why don't we play games like that anymore? Okay, so outdoor. Also, I have a drive-in movie. Drive-in movies are such a vibe. I haven't been in Texas, so like I need to find a place and go and like do the whole thing because that's so fun to me. And then it feels like you're outside. Oh my gosh. I don't know if you guys heard that thunder, but scary. It's so cozy though. I'm so glad. I kind of like it. Anyways, that's insane that thunder was really loud. Har got scared. I heard him in the other room. Okay, the next category of the bucket list is the creative bucket. So these are like sub buckets in the bucket list. I kind of like that. So I want to create a summer playlist because like I've just been in a music rut and like no, I'm not vibing to any kind of music lately. And so I just want to create a summer bucket list or a summer playlist, like just really new music, old music, anything that just gives me good time, feeling, energy for summer. I'm here for it. I need that on a playlist and like to actually listen to the playlist, Okay, another one for the creative is I want to create content. I brought digital cameras back with me from home and they're like the old, like so old. And I just bought batteries for them. Like they literally take AA batteries. Like I think they work though, so hopefully these cameras work still, but I just want to like take cute pictures and like do the film vibe. Like everyone's into the G7X and like my brother has one and I should have stole it from him when I was home and I didn't and now I'm regretting it. But I just want like a digital camera summer and just like taking pictures of literally everything, just random stuff. You know what I mean? I think it would be fun. So that's part of that. Document my whole summer basically. And I want to create like vlogs and stuff too. So, oh my gosh, this storm is scary, but it's such a vibe. Like, oh my gosh. Okay. Another part of the creative bucket is make fun lunches. So lunch equals summer. Like summer is lunch. Like lunch was only created for summer, I feel like, because why is that? I don't know why like lunch is just the summer vibe, but like pasta salads and like fruit and just everything about lunch just fits the vibe of summer. And so like I just want to make fun lunches this summer. I'm really into tuna, you know? So make some fun tuna salads, some pasta salads, and beveraginas. Like that's the vibe for, I don't know why I put that under creative, but like I want to do that this summer. So another category for the bucket list is social. So I definitely want to go to some kind of rooftop vibe. Don't know what, don't know where, don't really care. I just want to, I think just, I mean, just casual, just like go to a rooftop, hang out. And also live music. Like I haven't really seen any live music in Dallas, but like low key live music, like it doesn't have to be anything crazy. I need to chug this coffee. I'm not making any progress really. Yeah, so those are kind of really the only things for social. Like those could be with friends, but just do something, you know, with friends. Make more of an effort to do things. And then the glow up bucket. I'm so excited for this one. Like I'm like into it. Like I'm trying to be more in my girly phase, like just really embrace being girly, like all the things. So some of the things that fall under that, I want to do eye patches every morning and ice roll and really like embrace like that morning routine. And so I just bought some eye patches on Amazon. So they should be here tomorrow. They should be the vibe. So I'll let you guys know if I like them or not, because I love an eye patch moment, but especially like keeping them in the fridge and like that's just refreshing for summer. So like that's part of the glow up. Also play with makeup. So this goes into like my vibe of being playful for summer. Like even if I'm not going anywhere, just like sit down, pull up a YouTube video, do a fun eye look for no reason. Like just do it to play around and have fun with makeup, because I feel like that's just fun. And yeah, I just want to kind of like experiment with makeup basically. Also, glow up is cleaning out my closet. Just needs to happen. You know, it would just make me feel so much better if I'm like, this is what I actually have to wear for the summer, and like go from that, rather than like looking at my closet and being like, none of this fits, none of this looks good, like none of this is even summer vibes. You know, I just need to clear it out, see what I actually have to work with. Also painting my nails, like couldn't tell you the last time my nails were painted. Like I just have not been in my nail game, and like I just want to have my nails painted. Like I've been growing out my nails, but like I haven't been painting them. One, because I think it's like, honestly, it's so trashy when you have chip nails, like chip paint on your nails, and like I would rather have nothing or like fresh set, you know? And so it's just like the upkeep of it. But I feel like summer could be like you're like getting down and dirty, so you don't want to do your nails, but like I'm not. So like I could do my nails, and it's really just like you got to invest the time if you want your nails to look good. So I have a gel kit and I could do that. I don't know. I just need to do something with my nails. And also included in that, I really should just do like, ooh, just saw a big lightning strike. I really should just do like one pedicure, and really I'd probably be good for the summer, honestly. And then like just maintain it at home or something. I don't know. But I need to do that whole thing for summer. So that's really kind of all I have for the different categories of the bucket list. So I would encourage you guys, like, break it down into categories. I think that makes it more fun, honestly. And then yeah, go from there. So like when it comes to my summer routine, so I really want to try this for a week. Like I think it would be a good video, because like I've actually just never done this, is like the 5 to 9 before my 9 to 5. Like I know that's so psychotic, and like literally who has time for that? But like maybe it could be a vibe, you know what I mean? So I think I want to create a summer routine, and part of my routine, really it's emphasis on the morning routine, because that's really just ideal time to like do stuff for yourself if you have like the ability. So I don't know if I'll start this soon, like maybe tomorrow, I don't know. But like 5 to 9 before 9 to 5, oh, that's a lot. Like that's literally going to bed at 9 p.m. basically if you want 8 full hours of sleep. And like I like to read in bed for a long time. So like does that mean you have to get in bed at 8 p.m.? And then when you work back from that, then that's just like not a lot of time in your evening. But, you know, if you start your day off strong, like, you know, maybe it's worth it. So we'll play around with that routine. But basically, what I want my morning routine to look like for summer specifically, wake up in my bed. I do my morning pages in bed, just like stream of consciousness, doing my morning pages. Get up, make some tea, make some like hot tea, just because that's like a vibe in the morning. Make hot tea, like get my ice roller and my eye patch, just slap those on, do my devotion, and then like read, probably like read some sort of like little something motivational thing. I don't know, something like that. Okay, so then I've like journaled and done my Devo, and so like that's a vibe. And then probably go outside, take heart. We go on like a 30-minute walk, get them real tired for the day. I think that's a good idea. But make this a silent walk. So I've heard Kinsey Elizabeth talking about this recently. Like the 30-minute silent walk, you literally, no headphones, no music, no nothing. You, nature, you, your dog, you're vibing. And you just literally walk for 30 minutes and you're just thinking whatever you want to do. Or it could be a prayer walk. And I think like that's a good way to start your day. And so I just want to do something like that to start my morning, like no distractions, definitely no scrolling and freaking no scrolling, you know? I really don't want to be on social media before 10 a.m. That does not happen like on the regular, but like that's just the vibe, is to not be online before then. So anyways, that's kind of like, after that, I don't really know what I'm going to be doing. Probably make a coffee. So I feel like I need to do a decaf tea situation in the morning. And then, yeah, probably make a coffee. If I'm strength training that day, go do my strength training workout before I go to work, and then, or go to work, start work. And then, like if I'm not doing strength training that day, whatever I want to do, I don't know, just like make it open. Just like having that flexibility in the morning. Probably would shower after my walk because it'd be hot. And then like getting ready for the day, like that's something I definitely need to start doing, because like sometimes I'll just randomly get ready like on my lunch, but then it's like, I like to be ready so it feels good, but like I want to start off ready, you know what I mean? That feels like the day is more like a day, and like making it a vibe. So I don't know what I would really do after that. Like I would have to see how long all that takes. Like I don't really know. But yeah, the point of that, like early of a morning, like I don't need to jam pack it with everything. Like it doesn't have to be a whole to do, but just like being chill in the morning. Like that's really the point, is like you don't wake up and like start working. It's like you wake up, like you're just chill. You're just like doing little things, and it's just like relaxing. So that goes into the relaxing part of the summer vibe. So basically, yes, go through, set your goals, set your intentions, curate your vibe, make a vision board, go through, make a bucket list, print it out, put it on your wall, whatever you gotta do. Then create your summer routine, your summer schedule. Put things on your calendar that you're looking forward to, and you're set. Now you're gonna have a summer full of madness. It's gonna be such a vibe. You're gonna have a mad summer, like it's gonna be lit. And yeah, I think this is like the perfect start to summer. Listening to this, you're gonna be listening to it the day after the first day of summer, the second day of summer. So like, you know, you still got time. And then like next week, or, you know, whatever, then like actually implement the routine and like make it so fun. Like take the weekend, set your vibe, then like start the routine on Monday, and like you're set for the whole summer. So I hope you guys really liked this podcast episode. It's like different from the other ones I've done. So let me know if you like the more chatty ones. I know I personally like way more chatty ones, but like I also want to give you guys like value in what I'm being chatty about. And so that's why, you know, I try to set up like the structure of the podcast. Like I want it to be valuable and you guys gain something from it and you can use it to actually implement into your lives. So with all of that being said, thank you guys so much for listening to this week's episode of Big Intentions. I love you guys. And if you're watching this on YouTube, please feel free to like and comment, subscribe to this channel. You can find me on YouTube just at Iralyn Hunt. And then also, if you're listening to this on Spotify or Apple, just give me a follow, give me a 5-star rating, review, comment, whatever you gotta do the things. And like share this to your Instagram story if you're listening to this. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching.